Elevation requires separation. You cannot rise while staying aligned with what keeps you small. I want to name something that people don't always say out loud when we talk about growth and elevation. Elevation requires separation. And that sounds simple, but it's not easy because most people want the next level. They just don't want to release what's tied to the current one. Let me bring you in. What have you had to separate from in order to grow into your next level of leadership? Liberation. You cannot evolve while staying attached. Growth starts internally, but internal growth requires letting go of outdated beliefs, survival patterns, identities that were built for a different season. You can't think at a higher level while holding on to lower level attachments. You said this in different ways before. You cannot carry everything into your next season. Impact. Leaders stay stuck in old patterns. Confidence feels inconsistent. Growth feels like effort instead of alignment. Because internally, nothing has actually been released. Visibility. Separation changes who has access. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Elevation often requires changing. Who has access to you? How available you are. What you say yes to. And that can feel like guilt, disconnection, being misunderstood. But let's be clear. Access is influence. And not everyone who had access to you in one season is meant to have influence in the next. Impact. When leaders don't separate, boundaries get blurred. Focus gets diluted. Energy gets drained by misaligned demands. When they do, clarity increases. Priorities sharpen. Influence becomes more intentional. When they do, clarity increases. Priorities sharpen. Influence becomes more intentional. Transformation. Standards create separation. This is where elevation becomes visible. Every next level requires a different standard. And different standards create separation. That might look like leaving environments that reward mediocrity, stepping out of roles you've outgrown, saying no without over-explaining, holding boundaries without guilt. You already know the truth. Different standards, different boundaries. Impact. Without this shift, leaders stay overextended. Systems stay the same. Potential stays underutilized. With it, performance aligns with purpose. Leadership becomes intentional. Systems begin to shift. The real reframe. Separation isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's not about becoming distant, it's about becoming disciplined in what you stay connected to. Because elevation doesn't just add, it also removes. Closing reflection. A lot of people want elevation, but they don't want the loneliness, the discipline, or the misunderstanding that can come with it. And the truth is, you cannot rise staying loyal to what's keeping you small. What did you have to release, not just do more of, to actually elevate? Elevation doesn't require growth. It requires separation.